feel like there is a difference between online friends and, let's say, real friends, okay? Because, you know, I say this as someone who has met most of my friends online and has found my fiance online, you know what I mean? Like, I will say that they didn't feel like real friends, like, until I saw them in real life. I feel like that's like sealing the deal, because there's something about having online friends where there's always that wall of like, how well do I really know this person? You know what I mean? And there has been like plenty of times where I've like connected with them immediately, you know, you guys being like some of them. And then there are equally as many times when I meet them in real life and they're just like, wow, you were not how I imagined you to be. And this is weird now. And I feel uncomfortable. You know what I mean? And I feel like if you just have that first step where it is just the online relationships, you're missing out on a big part of what it is to, you know, be friends and be social and everything like that.
I mean, I've always been, since like fucking age 12, I would happily get on fucking voice chat and talk to like fucking 30-year-old men. Why did I do that? That
sounds.
I would not let my 12-year-old do that.
What was the context of this?
So he invited me to a chat room.
Sounds like the beginning to a Chris Hansen episode.
You know what? Okay, like when you put like COD Zombies, right? I would gladly get on the fucking mic and like I would like bully these 30-year-old men. Like gladly. Like, I didn't give a fuck, dude. When I was 12, I would gladly like shout at people. Like, I would be.
Nah, I didn't have that, man.
Well, this
is your anger.
Like the comment said, dude. I'm a walking coin flip. Someone said.
All right, man, you asked for Danny G, yeah?
Right, you asked for Danny G. You come down to Birmingham. I love that meme. Okay, no joke, right? When my little brother was too scared to argue with people online, so when he did start to argue with people online, and I was in the other room, I'd be like, Owen, give me the fucking headset. I'm gonna argue. You play. And so I would fucking shout at them for him.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't do it good. And he would lose the arguments. I'm like, you're not losing the arguments on my account.
Right.
Over my fucking dead body.
You think I will allow you to lose this? I don't know. I would just, because it's one of those things, right, where I would not fall for shit when I was like 12 or 13. Like the shit that they would try and pull. Like, I for some reason, I knew what was happening most of the time when I was aware. Because even from like age...
What was happening?
I was fucking playing zombies with them most of the time. Most of them were chill. Yeah, it was all good. I mean, I don't know. I think it was weird back then because it just started when everyone started voice chatting. I think it was new. And it wasn't really weird yet. I think. Now it's weird if you do. I think it's super weird. But back then I didn't think of it as that weird when I was a kid. But maybe because I didn't care.
Sure.
I mean, back then it was like this new thing, and now with so many fucking weird stories coming out, you got to be.
Yeah, and now it's not. You know, if I had a 12-year-old kid and I heard him talking to a 30-year-old man. I'd like be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. But like, you know, I get why people have a lot of online friends. It's because most of the time people search for online friends because they don't find that connection in the people around them.
I did. Yeah, I
you know what I mean?
Felt that.
Yeah, I know, but it's the same thing I would say as like, you know, when you can have like the best friend in the world, but as soon as like you move in with each other and live in the same house, that like change a lot of dynamics. You know what I mean? Especially, you know, you meet someone, especially in fucking uni. You meet some people who you think are chill. As soon as you move in with each other, you start hating each other.
Yeah, it's true.
And you see all their little fucking ticks and stuff that just get on your nerves. Yeah. So
I mean, there was like I've basically been raised like on the internet, right? Like ever since like age like 11, I was playing RuneScape. I was doing shit on Miniclip. Like I was and I always did not mind talking to strangers because I always thought like, I'm not going to give out any personal information. You know, I never did. For some reason, I was smart enough to never do anything like that. And there must have been a good chunk, maybe like a year in my life where I pretty much only spoke to online people, like friends that I thought were like my friends. Yeah, it must have been my maybe first year of university.
It's really weird. I never had a concept of an online friend until I started YouTube.
Yeah,
like I never would get on to like.
I feel like we were two different sides of like the coin because I was always like. I would always go on
because in my head I was like, why would I talk to this random person online when I have IRL friends to talk to?
Well, that's the sad.
Well, that's the thing,
right?
There
you go, Joey. Here's where it gets sad. I didn't at the time.
Oh, okay.
And the thing is, right, is that you think, oh, this is like, because I used to see those things on Twitter, because back then you used to see these things like IRL online friends are real friends.
Yeah.
Mom, you don't get it, you know. Back when Tumblr was like, you know, peak Tumblr.
Yeah.
And I used to totally agree with that because I was like, I was 16 and that's all I had. And then after I like actually got real friends, I was like, oh, this is what normal friendship is like. Like, it's like totally different.
Yeah, right.
And it's something that like, I don't think you realize kind of affects you because you totally think you're fine. And I think you can be well adjusted sort of if you have only online friends, but it's a lot harder.
Yeah.
Because I feel like having that IRL kind of interaction to ground you and make sure you're not doing weird things and that you're interacting in a healthy way, right?
Yeah, I mean, because the thing about only having online friends is that inevitably you are just living in your own bubble. It is an online bubble, right?
And you live through what you present to them.
Yeah, exactly, right? You're only presenting one side of yourself or the best side of yourself. You're not seeing every side of a person. So inevitably, if you just live in a bubble, you might luck out and be like, okay, this is actually a healthy, nicely balanced bubble. But, most of the time, you're missing some kind of that social interaction and social connection that you just don't get online, unfortunately.
And I also think because I made a lot of the friends through gaming, a lot of the time, how you were as friends was dependent on how you were in the game.
Right.
And obviously, I was normally really good at the games.
Yeah.
So I was normally like, I'm kind of cool, kind of a baller. And it was one of those things where online, when I spoke to these people, like I was like, to those friends, I was respected, and they thought, "Wow, this guy's so cool." He just does his own thing, and But in real life, I was a fucking loser, and it kind of made this dichotomy in my head where I'm like, "Yeah, I'm funny, yeah, I'm charming," and then I go meet up with people, and I fucking struggle. Like I couldn't, I didn't know how to because I wasn't very well adjusted.
Yeah,
and it made me think a lot, and makes me look back, and I don't know. It's like, how do you convince someone when they're in that to see it? Like when they're in that sense of, I only have online friends. How do you make them see that maybe it's not a healthy, like it's not very healthy, because to them they might be perfectly happy and fine.
Right, and that's the thing. I think it's just a matter of perspective, right? Because to them, that's all they know.
Yeah.
So I don't think until they actually experience the other side of like trying to begin and start and maintain IRL friends.
Yeah.
They just won't know. They'll be like, "Oh, why would I do that when this is so much easier and more comfortable?"
And also I realized as well that like, when I was predominantly spending all my time online, it felt like I could never make any progress in my life because I was not investing anything in real life.
Right.
Maybe I'd go to work and I'd go home, but that was about it, right? I never made any investment elsewhere.
Right.
And I felt like my life stagnated because of that. Because I didn't, I think when you make friends IRL,
because you didn't seek out something else.
Right. Because when you make friends IRL, it's not just that. It's like you miss out on a lot of opportunities in general.
Yeah.
Like, because you're not putting yourself out there. You're not, maybe other jobs you might hear about. You miss out on a lot of things, I think.
Yeah.
And it's not just as simple as having friends and having friends. It's like there's a lot of stuff that comes with having IRL friends. I don't know. It's really made me think a lot recently, especially because like moving to Japan as well. It's really made me think a lot.